Please be seated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite Mr. Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional welcome to country. Mr. Tobin.
Thank you. Warami, and welcome to the lands of the Wallamedigal. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I wish to thank the University for their acknowledgement of us and for the invitation to welcome you all here this morning. That acknowledgement is important for our people and much appreciated, particularly by our elders. Education is highly valued in Aboriginal culture as well. Knowledge meant survival, and our elders are traditionally accorded great respect for their accumulated wisdom and experience. My family descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the Burruburungal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. As such, he enrolled his daughter Maria into the Native Institution, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie himself, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and ultimately secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them and it became known as the Blackstown, where present-day Blacktown comes from. We're all very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today, and with good reason. For your progress progresses us all. Your advancement is our advancement. Now, this is perhaps more readily understood in traditional times when camps were smaller and clan groups abided by strict sharing laws, which meant that the food that you brought back got distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune with us enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the whole community, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we get clever about it. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly did in many respects, and I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here a little over 200 years ago, he described the people he encountered at Botany Bay as one of the happiest people he had met in the world. They had nothing, he wrote, but the tools that they carried. They made shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, harvested food from the land without tilling the earth. In traditional times, everyone was accorded rights to the country or clan area where he or she was born into. So there was no homelessness, no rich and poor either. Everyone had pretty much the same amount of gear, what you could carry. There were no armies or jails or even police, no history of slavery or empire building. People cooperated to collect the resources which were needed, and then they were then shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands were maintained in their natural state, rivers were clean, with people drinking out of them as they have done here for the past 20,000 years. Now remember, this is not an ideal, this is normal life. And there's no reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us now, and we've got to get real clever about it. That's where you all come in. All right, so I would say expect great things and do great things. And together we share our skills and get this country back to the healthy and just place it once was, a country that we can be proud of and that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine now by getting off and letting you good people graduate. I just want to say congratulations to all of you and all the best in our collective futures. Thank you. Welcome to country.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to announce the Deputy Vice-Chancellor Provost of Macquarie University, Professor Judith Sachs. Professor Sachs.
Colleagues, guests, families and friends of our graduates, and most importantly of all, graduands. It's my great honour and pleasure to welcome you here today to this graduation ceremony. And I hope that this will be a very happy and memorable ceremony and day for you. Today we celebrate the achievements of our graduates and in celebrating those achievements, we recognise that there have been a lot of blood, sweat and tears along the time of your completing that degree. Completing degrees is never easy. You need an intelligent and inquiring mind, determination and perseverance, and you need to make many sacrifices. You've worked very hard to get here today, and you have every right to feel proud at what you have accomplished. We at the university are just as proud of you as you are of yourself, so congratulations to each and every one of you. Today, I also want to welcome those of you who are sitting behind the graduates and their invited guests. The fact that you have been invited by one of the graduates to share one of the greatest days of their lives is proof that you have been an important influence. So, invited guests, congratulations and thank you for celebrating this important day. You graduates here today may not realise it, but you're about to participate in one of the oldest of Europe's social rituals. If you were to pick a date, say 1500 AD, and look around and see what social institutions were around and are still around today, you would probably find only about 60, including the Roman Catholic Church, the Parliaments of England, Iceland and the Island Band are that old, and so are 6 Swiss cantons. All the rest are universities. That's right, there are 50 universities in the world that can trace their history back 500 years, and some are even older than that. And in every one of those 500 years, graduates like you have been donning gowns just like the ones you are wearing today and participating in ceremonies like this one. Macquarie, in comparison to these ancient universities, is comparatively young. We're a youthful 49 years old. However, in those 49 years, we've come a long way. And now we have more than 140,000 Macquarie graduates living in more than 140 countries, excelling in their various professions and walks of life. In recent years, Macquarie University has been transformed by new facilities, surging excellence in research, as well as growth and diversification of our education programs for both undergraduate and postgraduate students. It's clear we're forward-looking and we're on the move. However, one of the things that we value so much here at Macquarie will not change: the friendliness of staff and students that our visitors notice and come upon. And in fact, a personal story: from time to time, I go out and talk to people and go to social events. And invariably, one of the people at one of these events is a Macquarie graduate. And each one of them tells me of their love and their joy at have been a student at Macquarie University. So members of the graduating class, I hope that you don't change the impression that I get in various social occasions, and that you continue to tell people how much you love Macquarie University and the joy that you had of being a student here, and how proud you are of being a graduate of Macquarie University. Also remember that you are always welcome to come back to Macquarie University. Macquarie will always be a leader in teaching and learning, and a leader in the accumulation of wisdom, knowledge and understanding. In other words, an ideal community of scholars. And in just a few minutes, it will be my very great honour to confer your degree upon you and to welcome you as lifelong members of that community of scholars we proudly call Macquarie University.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I now call on Ms. Kirsty Nolan, who is graduating today with a Doctor of Philosophy, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Ms. Nolan.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, members of the University, fellow graduates and guests. I came to study at Macquarie University not because I thought a degree from this institution would secure me a good job or increase my earning potential, but because I liked ideas. And in a world that seemed to me to be marked by unpalatable injustices, I was interested in using those ideas to change the world. That was a veritable lifetime ago. It was somewhat sobering to work out that many of my fellow graduates may have been infants at the time I entered first-year law at Macquarie University. Some 20 years later, I have a good job as the Director of Public Policy at the world's largest international development NGO. And so I continue to be confronted by the stark reality of global inequalities. Within that global frame, it is difficult to overstate the extraordinary privilege that graduating from an Australian university confers on us. I do not seek to deny or to underestimate the hard work, dedication, and perseverance that has brought you to this place, and of which your families and friends are justly proud. But most of us were born to privilege. The greatest predictor of life experience continues to be the lottery of birth. The World Food Programme estimates that almost 900 million people are chronically hungry. Of those, about half are children. The evolution of brain science has demonstrated that poor nutrition in the first 1,000 days of life, that's from conception to age 2, results in irreparable damage to physical and mental development. It is unlikely that these 170 million stunted children will ever receive a degree or even a quality high school education, because they lucked out in the global lottery. I continue to believe that ideas are important in challenging the status quo, and it is thus with increasing levels of concern that I have watched the decline in both the quality and tenor of Australian public debate. There is constant reference to our economy being in a state of crisis despite our enormous privilege. You don't need to go to Somalia to recognise that we're doing reasonably well. A quick trip to Spain, Ireland, or many parts of the US would demonstrate that we emerged out of the global financial crisis relatively unscathed. It is therefore all the more surprising that our political culture has come to be characterised by a lack of both generosity and ideas. We have been subject to the unedifying spectacle of increasingly personal attacks from both sides of politics. Success in these skirmishes seems to be gauged by which politician can appeal to and mobilise the basest instincts of the population. While I would like to see our elected representatives behave differently, it seems to me that the axiom, "we get the government we deserve," is apposite in this case. What I detect amongst the Australian citizenry is certainly a weariness of the endless small-minded bickering, but also a failure to do the hard work of imagining and creating a culture of public debate about the kind of peoples we want to be. In a democratic system of rule, we must take seriously the notion that we are a self-constituting people. This demands attention to and respect for ideas, a project of identifying shared values and of reforming our practices to reflect those values. In what sometimes seems to me like a far-fetched future, our commitment to dialogue would necessitate that we find ways to respect those we disagree with in search of the best ways to be both citizens and people. My contention is that those of us who have benefited from an education need to step up to the task of engaging constructively in our communities, be they local, national, or global. The economist Ernst Friedrich Schumacher said it better than I could hope to when he asked, "Can we establish an ideology, or whatever you like to call it, which insists that the educated have taken upon themselves an obligation and have not simply acquired a passport to privilege?" This ideology is, of course, well supported by all the higher teachings of mankind. As a Christian, I may be permitted to quote from St. Luke, "Much will be asked of him because he was entrusted with more." It is, you might well say, an elementary matter of justice. Thank you.
Thank you, Christy, for your student address. In listening to your address, your erudite address, I was struck by your promotion of the importance of ideas. And universities, of course, are places where ideas are generated, contested and debated with both rigour and with both passion. You also spoke about the privilege that all of us in this room have who have graduated from universities. And as a result of that privilege, we have a responsibility to give back to communities and to give back to society. And so thank you for reminding that reminding all of us of both of the privilege that we have in being the recipients of an education, but also the social, cultural and political responsibility we have to give back. Thank you. As Deputy Vice-Chancellor Provost at Macquarie University, I especially look forward to presiding over ceremonies such as today's and conferring degrees and diplomas on those who have completed their university awards. I now call on the Deputy Registrar of Macquarie University, Mr. Jonathan Wiley.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I certify that all of the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees and diplomas they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to a degree or diploma please now stand?
In the name of the Council and by my authority as Deputy Vice-Chancellor Provost, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees or diplomas for which you have qualified. Congratulations.
Please be seated. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Arts and from the Faculty of Business and Economics. Students and staff from the Faculty of Arts work together within and across disciplinary boundaries to ask questions about socially complex problems, to identify paths of research, to analyse and communicate ideas in creative formats, and to reflect upon the skills and the knowledge they will need to understand the world, past and present. The Faculty of Business and Economics is the largest faculty at Macquarie and is one of the largest in Australia. A broad range of programs in some of the most exciting and topical areas of business and economics are offered, which continue to be in high demand both domestically and internationally. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I now call on Professor John Simons, Executive Dean of the Faculty of Arts, to present the graduates from that faculty. Professor Simons.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I present to you the graduates and diplomates from the Faculty of Arts whom you've admitted to degrees or awarded diplomas. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Dr. Mary Boulos Ayad, for a thesis entitled A Proposal to Guide Future Draft Article Provisions for a Model Harmonised International Commercial Arbitration Law Code, HICALC, in the Middle East and North Africa, or Uniform Arab Arbitration Law. Dr. Shane Greentree for a thesis entitled Reading the Female Historian, Representations of Catherine Macquarie, 1760 to 1900. Dr. Saiful Karim for a thesis entitled The Role of Judicial Institutions in Combating Piracy and Maritime Terrorism. Dr. Duncan Ernest McLean for a thesis entitled The Rise of the Auteurist Filmmaker, the Impact of Auteur Film Criticism in 1960s US Film Culture on the Directors of the Film School Generation. Dr. Kirsty J. Noland for a thesis entitled Claiming Rights and Speaking Truth, Rethinking the Dialectic Between Trade and Individual Welfare in International Law. Dr. Liberty Orbe-Taruk for a thesis entitled Challenges to the Presidency, the Filipino Catholic Church's Evolving Stance Towards People Power. Dr. Adam William Rook for a thesis entitled Understanding Video Games, Three Genres for Criticism. Dr. Maito Shindo for a thesis entitled The Environmental Ombudsman and Administrative Decision-Making, an Assessment of its Suitability for Japan. Dr. Neroli Diane Wise for a thesis entitled The Capgras Delusion, an Integrated Approach. Dr. Chan Turhan Kalchinkaya for a thesis entitled Wounds of Difference, Melancholy in Turkish Film and Popular Music. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Environmental Law, Sarah Preble. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of International Relations, Colinda Joy Della Valle. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of International Security Studies, Suzette Joachim. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Policing, Intelligence and Counterterrorism, Anuan Awan Anuan. Alia Dow. Aditha Manograhan Garan Lusha. Haitham Slyman. Maria Wingate. I present the graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Politics and Public Policy, Ryan Dao Yang Lim. Catrice Ann Neelan. I present the diplomats awarded the Graduate Diploma in Philosophy, Masood Rasuli. Evan Schwarten. I present the graduate admitted to the Bachelor of Applied Finance with the Bachelor of Laws with Honours, Christoph Liedermann. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts with the Bachelor of Laws with Honours, Thomas Malcolm Aubert. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of International Studies with the Bachelor of Laws with Honours, Claire Rebecca Popowell-Shevak. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Media with the Bachelor of Laws with Honours, David John Paul Patterson. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science with the Bachelor of Laws with Honours, Stephanie Jane Millen. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Laws with Honours, Melanie Lorraine Bartlett. Timothy Brian Quadrio. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts with the Bachelor of Laws, Sally Helen Cruz. Jalal Ahmed Razi. Sheena Lulu Sarkosh. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Psychology with the Bachelor of Laws, Lucy Padrana. Althea Sarah Sheldon. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce with the Bachelor of Laws, Dean Kupak. Namrata Mala Singh. Huan Yai. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Media with the Bachelor of Laws, Samantha Andronicus. Jacek Chok. Stephen Dodson. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science with the Bachelor of Laws, Wajamar Sultanzada. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Cassandra Achevsky. Laura Elizabeth Anshaw. Jasmine Kira Bedford. Delia Bear. Danielle Bilby. Paige Eva Balmain. Rhys Lachlan Bennett. Rennie Biazzo. Julia Brogan. Kelly Butler. Amy Helen Christensen. Samantha Rennie Coots. Jessica Duffy. Boris Dente Essuman. Nathan Ashley Everson. Melody Forgani. Katrina Lauren Gibson. Helen Joan Hanson. Dustin Kyle Halsey. Mayako Ishii. Daniel Luke Ives. Catherine Gio. Damien Knott. Lucy Grace Curry. Zoe Alexandra Lassig. Nicole Alison Leary. Shuhan Lee. Joanne Manolopoulos. William Charles McPherson. Nicole Kathleen Miles. Sikardini Swidiani Muslihat. Holly Marie Neville Kearney. Lauren Juliet Norton. Ashley Ellen O'Neill. Hannah Gibson Payne. Jessica Rigby. Emmanuel Romanis. Meng-Chi Shi. John William Smallacombe. Jodie Maxine Steen. Greta Stonehouse. Claire Beatrice Tanner. Pankaj Thapa. Christopher William Timworth. Natasha Gay Turner. Madeline Walker. Valerie Wangnet. Emma Welch. Catherine Louise Wilson. Pui Ka Wong. Lauren Woodward. Elizabeth T. Zhang. Run Chao Zhu. Yu Hang Zhu. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Media, Josh Donahoe. Anthony Charles Suigito. Kai Hui Zhang. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Creative Arts, Evelyn Marina Almeida. Joseph? I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Creative Arts, International Studies, Joseph Ewan Neely. I present graduates submitted to the degree of Bachelor of Laws, Mark John Kalakarinos. Ronald Philip de la Quadra. Bronwyn Sinclair Gibson. Joa James Jong. Charlton Hin Pong Wong. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Media, Catherine June Saba. I present graduates admitted to the Bachelor of Social Science, Maxine Picard. Stephanie Elise Reisenberg. Monica Yasmin Vukotic. I present diplomates awarded the Diploma in Languages, Margaret Palmer. Sharon Patricia Wardle. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, that completes this morning's presentation of the graduates and diplomates from the Faculty of Arts.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I now call on Professor Lorne Cummings, Associate Dean for Higher Degree Research from the Faculty of Business and Economics, to present the graduates from that faculty. Professor Cummings.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I present to you the graduates and diplomats from the Faculty of Business and Economics whom you have admitted to degrees. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Dr. Honor Atesh, for a thesis entitled Cultural Capital at the Crossroads of Economics and Culture. Dr. Karen Lisa Handley for a thesis entitled Accounting Standards for Australian SMEs, identifying, considering and incorporating the needs of users into financial statements. Dr. Rajni Mala for a thesis entitled Accounting Convergence, the Role of Experiences, Accountability and Decision Aids in Enhancing Judgments of Accountants in Australia and Malaysia. I present the graduate admitted to the honours degree of Bachelor of Business Administration, Annalise Marie Kathleen Rienthal. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Actuarial Studies with the Bachelor of Economics, Alan Kai Huang. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Actuarial Studies with the Bachelor of Science, Ying Ying Lam. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Finance with the Bachelor of Commerce Accounting, Jody Wong. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Finance with the Bachelor of Commerce Actuarial Studies, Kevin Genkai Shi. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Finance with the Bachelor of Commerce Professional Accounting, Feng Shui. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Finance with the Bachelor of Economics, Jordan Phelan. Mina Solomon. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration with the Bachelor of Commerce Accounting, Peter Jason Lee. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration with the Bachelor of Commerce Professional Accounting, Stephen Alexander Atkinson. Rachel Huynh Nguyen. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Actuarial Studies for Maldev Punavaswaran. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Finance, Thi Huang Trang Don. Sean Michael Doyle. Yong Hui Lee. Xiao Liang. Zhe Chang Lue. Shu Tong Mak. Yihan Zhang. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Hongyu Gu. Bianca Walton. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration, Maggie Shi Yao Chen. Sung Duk Din. Song Jae John. Chun Lee. Du Lin Vu. Christopher Anthony Wilson. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Robin Bai. Rong Jiao Tsao. James Michael DeCuna. Yanan Fan. Emmerich Grant. Timothy Jeremy Hansen. Melissa Hermanto. Sok Hwan Hong. Chen Tao Hu. Ru Jia. Fiona Eliza Lay. Na Li. Ying Li. Loen Lin. Xiaolin Lu. Christopher Makamaski. Zarina Mekabayeva. Alexei Nagorsky. Jingyong Park. Robert William Precious. Mingfeng Chu. Natalie Siagian. Rashmawati Smartrapura. Kelvin Tandian. Zili Tang. Yuli Wu. Yisha Shong. Jen Xu. Chikit Jeffrey Yi. Yichao Yu. Xue Hui Jiang. Yuting Jiang. Ling Ju. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Marketing, Biyun Jen. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Professional Accounting, Henry Chayadi. Heifeng Cheng. Jiayu Jiang. Rie Nakagani. Brian John. Cynthia Wijaya. Zikan Wang. Herting Zhao. Ji Zhao. Qinghong Zhang. Wen Zhou. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Economics, Christopher Jeffrey H. Charteris. James Harold. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, that completes this morning's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Business and Economics.
Wasn't that glorious? Ladies and gentlemen, please join me again in expressing our appreciation to Angela Brewer for that wonderful performance. Please also join me in thanking our musicians, organist Dr. James Forsyth, and trumpeter Melanie McLaughlin. I would like to take the opportunity to acknowledge and thank the representatives from our alumni community who have come to help celebrate you this occasion. So, members of the alumni community, thank you as well. As part of this graduation ceremony, we honour a member of staff from the Faculty of Arts who has made an outstanding contribution to student learning at Macquarie University. I now call on Professor John Simons to read the citation. Professor Simons.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, it gives me great pleasure to invite Dr. Suzanne Binder to come forward. Dr. Suzanne Binder is a 2012 winner of a Vice-Chancellor's citation for outstanding contribution to student learning. Dr. Binder's students are motivated. They are learning languages in order to facilitate a specialisation in ancient history. Dr. Binder works with her students to convert this instrumental motivation into a transformative encounter with the other. Instead of being constrained by the interpretation of others through tertiary texts, through tertiary texts. Dr. Binder receives her award for interdisciplinary teaching, her use of learning design, assessment and technology to engage and enhance on-campus and external student creativity, and, in her own words, to engage and shepherd the early undergraduate student in their learning of grammar, which is then transferable to languages both modern and ancient. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I present to you a truly worthy recipient of the 2012 Vice-Chancellor's citation for outstanding contributions to student learning, Dr. Suzanne Binder from the Departments of Ancient History and International Studies in the Faculty of Arts.
It's now my pleasure to introduce the occasional speaker, the Honourable Justice Brian J. Preston, SC. Justice Preston is the Chief Judge of the Land and Environment Court of New South Wales. After graduating from Macquarie University in 1982, he practiced as a solicitor before taking over as Solicitor of the Environment Defenders Office. Preston was called to the New South Wales Bar in 1987, where he began practicing environmental law. In 2005, he was appointed Chief Judge of the Land and Environment Court of New South Wales. Preston has lectured on environmental law for over 18 years and is the author of numerous publications related to the field. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honourable Justice Brian Preston.
Chancellor, members of the University, graduates and guests. 4 or so years ago, or for the postgraduates, even more years ago, when you enrolled in your degree course, you saw this day, the day of conferral of your degree, as your destination. You have worked assiduously to reach this destination. Today, you've reached your destination. And for a fortunate few, there's a bonus of an award of merit, such as honours or an academic prize. Take a moment to enjoy this occasion. Take satisfaction in achieving your destination. Look back over your journey, the lows and the highs, the stumbles and the saves, the false paths and the true ones, the frustrating moments and the funny ones. Reaching your destination is made more satisfying by the journey you have travelled to reach it. But whilst you're savouring this moment there may be a gnawing thought, a realization that this is not your ultimate destination, but rather only a way station on a longer journey in your career. For some, you may know the route of the immediate journey that lies ahead. You may have already accepted a job, or you may have enrolled in a graduate or postgraduate degree. For others, the journey ahead may not yet be settled. But for all of you, there will be more way stations. Wherever you perceive your destination will be, in reality, it will still be a way station, a stop along a longer journey. This is my first point. The journey is what is important, not necessarily the destination. Indeed, your career will be a continuous journey. Now, this leads to my second point. You should never feel that you have achieved all you can achieve at any particular juncture. You should never feel that you know all that there is to be known. Undoubtedly, after your many years of study and your success in your subjects, now, with your degrees in your hand, there's a temptation to feel that you've mastered your discipline. Do not give in to that temptation. There is always more to learn. In every field of knowledge, there are answers to questions that you have not yet learnt to ask. So, by all means, take pride and satisfaction in your achievements to date, but also be humble. Realise there is more to learn. I encourage you to set out again on a journey to learn more. This may involve you in pursuit of a higher degree. Macquarie University has many excellent programs that you may wish to follow. It may involve learning on the job with your employer, or it may be a self-guided journey of exploration and discovery. Never let your curiosity be sated. Keep asking questions and learning more, so as to be able to ask even further questions. The day that you think you know it all is the day your intellectual development will stop, the day your achievements will stop, and the day your personal development will stop. Now to my third point. In the journey ahead, you'll be assisted by like-minded fellow travellers. Over the last few years, you have had friends, study partners, and colleagues with whom you have shared knowledge and experience. Foster these personal relationships that you have developed. These people have travelled with you on the journey to date, given you sustenance, both academic and perhaps other, helped you where you have stumbled, been a confidant in times when you were troubled, and a celebrant in times of success. They can be there again on your journey ahead. Endeavour to maintain contact with your friends and colleagues. This too will require work. It's easy to let contact lapse. You need to make a special effort to arrange occasions to talk, to get together, to renew your bonds of friendship. You'll be the richer for it. Another way of keeping up contact is to participate in the activities of the Macquarie University Alumni Association. With your graduation, you have joined the family, now a large extended family, of graduates of Macquarie University. Take pride in joining that family and be an active member. Through its activities and its newsletters, you'll be able to maintain and renew friendships and make new ones. You'll be sharing with like-minded people, people who have travelled and are still travelling, the journey of learning and discovery. These activities may inspire in you new ideas and give you new directions to follow. Let me finish with a fourth and final point. The knowledge you have acquired and continue to acquire will help your performance in your career. But that should not be its only benefit. The knowledge can and should be put to use to benefit others, to make the world a better place. In your journey, I encourage you to have a sense of service, of giving to society. This has been a Macquarie University tradition from the outset. It was instilled in me when I graduated 31 years ago. All of you in this graduation ceremony have graduated either from the Faculty of Arts or the Faculty of Business and Economics. Each and every one of you has developed knowledge and understanding of specific disciplines. These qualifications will help you to secure employment that will reward you, both financially and otherwise, for your efforts. You should remember, however, that your work is not exclusively a matter of economics. There is also an ethical dimension. You'll be judged not only on the quantity of profits that you or your business make, but also on how you make those profits. You'll be judged not only by the quantity of products and services produced, but also on whether such products and services are ethical. Regardless of your chosen field of study, you've all attained the generic Macquarie graduate capabilities. One of these capabilities is that you are socially and environmentally active and responsible. Another is that you're engaged and ethical local and global citizen. A degree ought to carry with it a responsibility of service, to give something back to society. This may involve using your knowledge to help the underprivileged, the disenfranchised, future generations, or the environment. It may involve serving on professional, charitable, and other associations. It may involve doing pro bono or voluntary work. It may involve being a mentor, a sponsor, a friend to a less privileged colleague, to assist them on their journey. These are tasks I have strived to achieve, implementing the message instilled in me by my teachers at Macquarie University many decades ago. I too urge all of you to find ways in which you can use your learning to benefit society, to make the world a better place. But enough of the journey ahead. Congratulations on your achievements to date. You could not be here without years of dedication and hard work. You've earned your rest, even if it's only temporary, at this way station. It's time to enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you, Justice Preston, for an inspiring speech. I think we all enjoyed that and took something from it. For me, the metaphor of life being a journey was particularly apposite. And in fact, that during your life and during your life's journey, there will be a number of way stations. And there could be some dead ends that you reach, but there could be some highways that will take you many places. The second point that he gave to me was the idea of service. And I think one of the things that we do at Macquarie University is instill that sense of service back to the community. And so thank you for reminding us of who we are and reminding us of where we should be and putting it in such an erudite and coherent way. Thank you, Justice. Graduates, this ceremony marks a change in your relationship with Macquarie University, but it certainly is not the end of your association with us. For the rest of your lives, you're part of the larger Macquarie family, our alumni body, and part of a network of more than 140,000 Macquarie graduates spanning the world. We will keep in touch with you through our Alumni Relations Office and hope you will come back here to visit the campus, attend alumni events, to undertake more study, or to simply come and enjoy the beautiful campus. Graduates, the award of a degree carries many opportunities and privileges, but like all privileges, it carries responsibilities as well. I urge you to commit yourselves to a program of lifelong learning and inquiry, to set ambitious goals for yourselves, and to continue the hard work that's already brought you thus far. I challenge you to continue to exercise sound judgment, initiative, and ethical standards, and always be generous in offering practical advice and wisdom to those you meet in life's journey. My hope is that as graduates of Macquarie University, you will use what you have learned here not only for your own benefit, but also for the betterment of the community. And in all you do, I charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. I hope also that you will always remember the people who have helped you along the way, many of whom are here today. So to acknowledge their contribution and thank them for it, I'm going to ask you to do a few things. First, I'd like to ask our new graduates to stand up. Now I want you to place your testimonies on the seats and turn around to face your family and friends. And now I invite you to give them an almighty round of applause. You can turn around, but please don't sit down, because here in the dais are representatives of our own academic staff who've supported you through your journey. Please join me in thanking them. The official party will soon leave the courtyard, followed by the graduates. Guests, please stand up and remain standing until the last of the graduates have processed out, and please join us at the University Court for life refreshments. Again, to the newest graduates of Macquarie University, my warmest congratulations and every best wish for the future, filled with success, satisfaction, and most importantly, happiness. Congratulations.